Hi everyone, I am here today with a really fun video. It's a great idea. It's something a little different. I was suggested to do a crack tier list by one of my viewers. So basically what that means is I am rating all these different types of cracks. On this scale, we've got S at the very top, the most elite of the elite, the best cracks ever, and D is the least cool, the not the greatest cracks, the bottom of the barrel. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just get right into it because I like cracks. I think most people remember them from, maybe elementary school, middle school. They were super cool, and I think today they still are. I think the swag of the wearer ultimately determines how cool the cracks are. But I think anyone can pull cracks off as a great look. So yeah, starting off, I've got the classic crack. This is really what it's all known for, right? The classic shape, the breathability holes, the crack logo. This one I call the Shrek crack, Shrek green color. Yeah, and I think Shrek with wearing Crocs would be absolutely epic. It would be super sick. This crack, I think nothing else to say needs to be said about it. Just straight up in the S tier. I think that is the gold standard for cracks. I don't think I could see it getting anything less than an S. Next up, I've got this, I guess I would call it like the Power Rangers crack or like the Cars the movie crack. I think this one's really meant for elementary schoolers. I guess you'd be a absolute powerhouse on the playground with these. You'd be super cool type of crack there for these, grades 1 through 4, I would say. After that, maybe they'd be cool, but I think I'm gonna have to be putting those in the C tier. They're just a little weird. They're kind of trying to be not quite enough like Crocs. So yeah. Next up, we've got these like biker cracks with the spikes and chains. I love the idea of these. They're pretty sick. You have to really kind of commit to it when you wear them, but I don't know. I could see myself pulling these out. Maybe a little more on the ironic side, but I absolutely love these cracks. I think I'm going to give them an A tier, but depending on the wearer, they definitely could be S tier. It's just kind of variable. Same thing for those Cars cracks, right? First through fourth grade, I think those are up in the A or even S tier. Next up, we've got what I call the Adidas cracks. They kind of look like they're trying to be Adidas slip-ons. They're okay. A little bit, I don't know. I think these are geared towards like the middle school era age. I don't think middle schoolers even would be huge on them. I'm trying to think what other audience would like these, and yeah, they're not terrible, but again, they're cracks that are kind of drifting away from being cracks. So I'm giving them, I think I'm putting those actually in the C tier, and I will stand confident with that. Next up, this is an interesting one. These are like the Crocs loafers. I feel like I see these most popular with probably like adults, moms, dads, I don't know, they're almost like for the true Croc fans, right? Because they're not really the distinctive Crocs shape at all. They're pretty much, you'd have to see that Crocs logo on there to really identify them clearly as Crocs. So this one's hard to place as well. I'm not huge on them, but I think for the crowd that wears them, I don't know, I think I'm actually going to put them in the C tier as well. They're once again just not quite the Crocs that I think of when I hear the word Crocs. We've also got, next up, this is the baby blue crack. This one's like a standard crack. It's just the color, it's lighter, it's okay. I guess not a whole lot to say about it. Theoretically, it could be an S, but I'm actually going to I think there's just a huge difference between this crack and the Shrek crack. And again, it depends on the wearer, but I think I'm going to put this one in the B tier. Next up, we've got a really interesting one. This is the Crocs Rain Boot. This particular one looks very small. It's probably geared towards a very, like the 4-year-old crowd. And for them, heck yes, this is a high tier Croc. This is really sick. Also, like literally imagine that there's you see, some dude rocking like a sick leather jacket, right? Maybe got some sunglasses on, like 6 feet tall, like super cool. Just walking down the street. Maybe it's a rainy day, so he's rocking his Crocs rain boots. Yeah, I think you would probably consider that person to be pretty cool. I think it's a little bit of a what's the word? You have to pull this one off though, and yeah, I think you've just got to commit to it. I'm gonna give the rain boots an A tier. I think I'm giving them an A tier. I think that's a pretty solid place to put them. And the last, certainly not least, we've got the Lightning Bolt, the Static Shock Crocs. These ones are so sick. Honestly, what else do you need to say about them? Like, it's so cool. It looks like there's lightning going about them. I know I don't know, they're probably made for, like, the younger audience, but I literally think they're super, super cool. That's an easy S tier from me. Yeah. Reviewing the list one more time, at the top of the heap, we've got the legendary Classic Croc, the Shrek Croc, and the Static Shock. We've got some of the cooler variants down here. This typical one down here, the baby blue Croc, B tier, that represents the, I don't know, I guess lesser color choices. We got some of the weirder ones, and actually on further review, I'm gonna move the Croc loafers down to the D tier, because, again, it depends on the wearer, but I personally don't see myself ever wearing these. I think even the people wearing them probably could find shoes that look similar but just better, or you could just wear, real Crocs. So I think I'm comfortable with putting those in the D tier. And yeah, I think this is a pretty solid tier list. I would love to hear in the comments, though, if you have any different opinions, different thoughts, maybe any models that I missed, or if you wildly disagree with where I put some of these. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.